What's up, guys? YGO Strats, actually a bit ahead of the schedule. Again, this was released right as I went for work, so a bit delayed compared to other YouTubers, I'm sure, but I'm here and I'm telling you about Kozmo Dog Fighter. So it looks like the final card of our Kozmo lineup will be another monster, and in particular another ship. The level 6 that we all knew we were going to get. I probably should have known that it was going to be a monster, since I'm pretty sure we've had the set list revealed for Dimensions of Chaos, but whatever, I'm stupid. The point is, Dog Fighter's here, and let's take a look at it. It's a level 6, it's dark, it's got 2000 attack and 2400 defense, and its effect reads that once per turn, during the standby phase, you can special summon one Dog Fighter token, machine type dark, level 6, 2000 attack and 2400 defense. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon one level 5 or lower Kozmo from your deck. So basically it does the same floating as all the ships a level lower. It's a dark one, it's level 6, and it generates a token. And because it says during the standby phase and not your standby phase, it's just one that activates in the standby phase. And from what I've gathered, the reason it says during the instead of during either players, it's not a quick effect, it's a speed spell 1 for all essence. So you can't chain it in response to other things. It's just an effect that happens during the standby phase, be it yours or your opponent's. So it's interesting. There you go, to level 6. I never would have guessed token spawning, and in particular just like a duplicate of itself, but I guess that kind of makes sense with dog fighters, or like the TIE fighters, I believe what this one's supposed to be, based on Star Wars. I don't know what the Wizard of Oz origin story is. Like, is it literally just supposed to be dog for Toto? I don't know. But the point is, we do have it, our level 6 machine. It is dark, so more chaos reason. Personally, I see this as like a one-of, if I'm even going to play it, depending on what the third lineup of Kozmo, assuming we're getting a third lineup of Kozmo things in Breakers of Shadow. But it's interesting. It's definitely good for OTK, because, I mean, summoning it, and then on the next turn, it's 4000 attack on board. Definitely will help for pushing for OTKs, or I guess if you just want to summon the token and tribute it for Slip Rider or something, there's always that. But not the greatest thing in the world, but by no means is it bad. And yeah, basically what I said, I just see it being used to have something else instead of having to be forced into Slip Rider, or just bust out a token and quick OTKs. But that is your level 6 Kozmo. Although when I did see it, I gotta say, I did wonder if we're gonna get a monster or spell a trap that depicts the dog that's with Dorothy / Farm Girl in the art of Kozmo Farm Girl. Just that mechanical dog that's in the background there. I wonder if that's going to be a monster card of its own or something, or support in some form. I can kind of see it. I mean, Toto's a big part of the Wizard of Oz. But either way, that is your new Kozmo card, Dog Fighter. And also, because I'm doing this now, I may as well. We'll go into a few other cards that have been revealed since I last updated. First thing I'm going to go over is 2 Deskbots coming out in Breaker of Shadow, I believe it is. Absolutely, Breaker of Shadow. Deskbots are obviously based on little desktop things you'll use, pens, pencils, so it looks like 8 is based off of, I don't even know what, post-it notes? Little clips of some sort, and I can't quite tell what 8 is supposed to be based off of, or 7, sorry. But they are pendulums, they're scale 1 and presumably 10, just because the other pendulum Deskbots were 1 in 10 as well. So going into it, Deskbot 7, level 7 Earth Machine Pendulum Effect, 500 attack and defense, pendulum scale presumably 10. Its pendulum effect is that you cannot pendulum summon monsters except Deskbots, and that effect can't be negated. That's great, because 5 and 6 I believe have you can't special summon except for Deskbots, and that really kind of hinders it. But the only ones you're pendulum summoning in any case in general are Deskbots, so that being able to only pendulum summon but still special summon other things from the extra deck is amazing. So it's a monster effect. It gains 500 attack for each Deskbot in the graveyard, solid. Other Deskbot monsters you control cannot be targeted for attacks, that's awesome, so 2 of them makes a soft lock. And if this monster attacks a defense position monster, you inflict piercing damage. So not too bad, and that'll definitely be great for the OTK nature of Deskbots, especially pumping all the attack into one, beating over your opponent, piercing. That's going to make easy for finishing games if you can, get a pendulum summon of it. It is level 7. And our level 8, 500 attack and defense, level 8 machine, earth pendulum, yada yada. Pendulum skill of 1, its pendulum effect, you cannot pendulum summon monsters except Deskbots. That effect can't be negated, so that's pretty much staple. And its monster effect, the real one we want. This card gains 500 attack for each Deskbot card in your graveyard. That's awesome. Other Deskbot monsters you control cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. That's awesome. And once per battle phase, this card can make a second attack against a monster. That's interesting. So a few things to note here. The battle phase thing, I'm assuming if you can only do a second attack if your opponent has 2 monsters. That might be the case, or it might just be able to BLS attack in a row if it destroys one, maybe. I kind of doubt that. I'm thinking it's going to be make a second attack while they have a monster. The interesting thing is it says each Deskbot card, so I'm wondering if they're going to give out more support other than the spell and trap, or other than the monsters in the form of spell and trap some way. But I kind of doubt that. But either way, we got 2 pet Deskbots in Breakers of Shadows, which is a step up from the usual one we've been getting. And then other than that, Solemn Notice is a super rare in OCG, and the Perform Foul Monkey board is a common, so that'll probably translate to like Ultra and Secret or something over here in the TCG. But finally in this video I'm going to go over something that I'm super hyped about actually, Dracoslayers. I just love the art of these guys. They're just big dragons in armor. I can't get enough of that. So we got 2 more new ones. It looks like we're getting a fusion, and with that it's probably safe to say that you're going to get the Exceed and probably a ritual or something just to put more focus into those 4 summoning methods. But either way, right now we have the 2. So our first one, the Master Pendulum, the Dracoslayer, is the one on the left here, the not fusion. A light dragon, a pendulum scale of 3, level of 4, 1950 attack, nice beater. Pendulum effect, you can target 1 card in your player's pendulum zone and destroy it. You can only use this effect once while this card is face up in the pendulum zone, so that's really nice. Just clear your opponent's scales, or blow up one of yours to make a better one. Its level is 3, so that really opens up some good plays for level 4 spamming, and then in general being able to pop anyone's scale to either slow them down or speed you up by setting a new one is great. Flavor text is just, I don't know, come back later. And as much as I would love for that to literally be what it says in the TCG, it's got something to do with the lore, I'm sure. But the real guy I'm excited about, Dinoster Pendulum, the powerful Dracoslayer. So it's a water dragon fusion effect monster. It's level 8, it's only got 2,000 attack, but it's got 2,950 defense, so great to just sit on. Summoning requirements are 1 Dracoslayer Pendulum and 1 additional Pendulum monster. Must be special summoned from the extra deck by attributing the above cards you control. You do not use polymerization. So anytime you can get out Draconister, the Synchro Dracoslayer one right now, you could also get out this guy, which is awesome because it's just any Dracoslayer and any Pendulum. So you can use 2 of the same even to get out this guy, which is nice. But his effects are Pendulum monsters. Pendulum monster cards in your monster zone and pendulum zones cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. So your scales are safe as long as this guy's on your board. That's stupid and I love it. And once per turn you can special summon 1 Dracoslayer Pendulum monster from your hand or graveyard, but it cannot be used as a fusion material. So this is great because it lets you get back any ones that might have ended up in your graveyard from a Mind Crush or whatever it is, more accurately an overlay for an Exceed. They do have 1 rank 4 Dracoslayer one right now, I believe, but it's kind of a generic one, not as Dracoslayer specific. But either way, this guy looks cool. He looks like he'll definitely be practical. I mean, 2950 to sit on is great, and then he keeps your scales and other pendulum monsters safe. So I'm psyched for him. And that's pretty much all there is for today's video. Go ahead, leave a comment about what you think. What do you think of Dogfighter in particular? Because that one's, I'm interested to hear what other people think about it, because I feel like he's just a one of if you're even going to play him. But either way, that is our look at all that fun stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm repeating myself. Have a good day. We'll catch you next time on YGO Strats.